What is going on, everyone? It is Tal, and I'm bringing you my week 3 battle versus the Okie Dokies here. And yeah, after a really big week last week, we go into this battle 1-1 with a +2 differential, and we face a really scary team here. Just starting off with, the whole team is pretty scary, but Terapagos is a spinner, and a calm mind setter can really snowball very quickly, so need to be wary of that. Excalibur is just a huge physical threat that we have to be scared of because of how strong stuff like Icicle Crash and Glaive Rush are into our team. Ogerpon is really fast. All of his top speed mons are Ogerpon, Espeon, and Grafaiai, and they're all really fast, but Ogerpon especially could be an issue. It could be a lead off with spikes. It could also just be like Swords Dance, Trailblaze, and Snowball very quickly with stuff like Ivy Cudgel, Trailblaze, Power Whip, Knockoff, etc. So I'm very scared about that mon because it can snowball pretty quickly, and I definitely expect it and the Terapagos, and most likely the Excalibur. Skeledirge, I do definitely expect. It is very good into my Celesteela. It can wall stuff like the Tangrowth as well as the Screamtail and the Slowking, so it's a threat for sure, and it kind of sits there. Grimmsnarl I'm especially afraid of. I have a huge check into it, a unique check this week, especially for the Grimmsnarl. Mega Scizor, I'm not gonna lie, I don't expect it, and I think it's going to come, which is kind of weird. I'm saying I don't expect it, but I think it's going to come. I think there are 6 better mons than it, but I think that Scizor just may come. I have answers to it, but I've kind of like changed my team a little bit into which I've kind of made it so I have less answers into it, but 90% of the mons on my team get a fire move. I think like the only Blastoise could do Terra Blast fire. I think Tangrowth doesn't get any fire, and Thundurus doesn't get any fire, but I think everything else on my team gets a fire move. So it's like, I think it's really hard to bring a Scizor in here, especially like when stuff like Celesteela gets Flamethrower, and like Cyclizar gets Temper Flare and Overheat, and I have a Terra Darmanitan, so I think it's very hard to bring into this matchup. His Terra Captains here are Okidoki and Espeon, which are 2 very unique Terra Captains in what they do, which I think for a team like this is especially smart. Espeon can just hit like a truck with either Terra Psychics, or like go like Terra Fairy because of our actually, I don't think Terra Fairy is that good in here. Okidoki just kind of sits on us, so bulk ups that would be pretty good with like Knockoff, Gunk Shot, Drain Punch. But yeah, then his final 2 mons are Stunfisk and Grafaiai. I don't really expect either of them. Grafaiai isn't particularly good into my team, and if he does bring it, I have answers into it. But yeah, I don't think it's very good, especially if it's trying to like toxic stuff, and we have a Celesteela and a Slowking. So yeah, not really expecting the Grafaiai. The Stunfisk, I didn't care about the Stunfisk at all. If it comes, it comes. Sure, I don't care. Not afraid of it in the slightest. But yeah, expecting more of Terapagos, Ogerpon, Grimmsnarl for sure. Those 3 are gonna come. I think one of Okidoki and Espeon will come alongside Skeledirge, and then either one of Excalibur and Scizor. So yeah, so let's just jump straight into it here. Our first mon this week is going to be a Mega Lopunny. Enough speed to outspeed his base 110 mon, so the Ogerpon, Espeon, Grafaiai. Close combat for just huge damage into stuff like the Ogerpon, into the Terapagos and Excalibur, as well as a Terra Okidoki, if he decides to go something like a Terra Water or a Terra Fire, something that isn't like Terra Fairy, and he gets rid of his poison typing. We have the Fire Punch specifically for this Scizor. Again, I'm saying that I don't really expect it, but at the same time, I need to be prepared for it. A close combat is just not going to do enough damage, and the Scizor could get a little bit out of control. So yeah, and then U-turn for just general pivot. Fake out is for if he gets a mon that just has too many speed boosts, like if he runs Trailblaze, we can like fake out, switch, if worse comes to worse. So it's kind of a last resort, but I'm not really gonna click it too much because I rather predict something, go for a CC, and just get out of there. as soon as possible. This team is very scary and it hits like a truck, and so I really need good defensive mons, and Lopunny is one of my only like offensive options this week. So yeah, if I'm clicking with Lopunny, it needs to be for the right reasons. It can't just be to click a fake out when you get switch out and then I'm on the back burner against an Okidoki or a Skeledirge or something like that. So next mon we are bringing is a super defensive Celesteela. Enough speed to outspeed a no speed investment Skeledirge. Lots of defensive investment, a little bit of special defense. But yeah, we could be running Flamethrower on this. We are not, which it was a change that I did make. We're running Leech Seed Toxic. Toxic is for stuff like that Ogerpon. If we Toxic and he goes into the Magic Bounce Espeon, we're a Steel type, so we are fine. But Toxic is really for that Terapagos, as well as the Terra Okidoki, as well as the Skeledirge. It's for those three mainly, because Leech Seed is not going to work against the Terapagos. If he has Rapid Spin, he could just spam Rapid Spin. If we get a Toxic off, he really can't do anything, and we're so bulky and can heal so easily that, yeah, if we get a Leech Seed off and he Rapid Spins, okay, we still can Leech Seed the next turn, get our health back, and yeah, I mean, protect, get our, I mean, it's going to be a very big mon. I think we can 1v1 Skeledirge. I think we could take 2 non-boosted Torch Songs, which seems weird that we'd be doing that, but it's like we could take a Torch Song and then like you know, switch out or get a Leech Seed up and then, you know, take another Torch Song later in the game. So we're only taking like 50% from that, and we really, if he goes for a knockoff with the Scizor, is going to be one of our main switch-ins because leftovers aren't super useful here. I just wanted a little bit more passive recovery, but this is one of our Scizor checks, and if we keep switching into this, he's going to think that we have the Flamethrower, and we obviously don't this week. So as long as I can like kind of preserve that and make it so he doesn't really want to go into that, we should be set. So the next mon that we are bringing is another defensive option. We're running super defensive Slowking. I was originally Assault Vest on here, and I realized that stuff like the Ogerpon and the Scizor were just becoming too much of a hassle. We could take a +2 knockoff from this Ogerpon. I think, no, we could take a +2 Ivy Cudgel from a Jolly Ogerpon and then rest into special attack. So I thought about, after I got rid of the AV, to put on Chilly Reception, but I'm a little bit scared of the Baxcalibur. Don't want it to get too bulky. Yeah, we are running the Colberberry for stuff like the knockoff on the Scizor, on the Okidoki, so that we can future sight it or Psyshock it, maybe Sludge Bomb if he's Terra Fairy or something like that, as well as knockoff from the Ogerpon. So Sludge Bomb is mainly for that Grimmsnarl as well as that Ogerpon. Flamethrower is specifically just for the Scizor. Psyshock is for the Skeledirge and the Okidoki. The reason for that is that the Skeledirge could Calm Mind, I believe. I think it gets Calm Mind. But yeah, just needed some damage. And Future Sight's actually really good into this matchup because it forces out the Grimmsnarl. And if he forces out the Grimmsnarl, the answer we have into that is our Thunderous Therian, super duper unique set here. I believe we outspeed a Baxcalibur that at +1 speed creeps a max speed Mega Lopunny. So that is what we're speed creeping for. Just a little bit of defense and special defense. I did some specific calcs on that. Not 100% sure what they did because it's been like a week since I made this. But in mocks, this was unbelievable. We're Clear Amulet so that parting shots from that Grimmsnarl don't do anything. We have Brick Break so that the Grimmsnarl can't set up screens. We have Volt Switch, so just get out of there because he doesn't have a ground type. Yeah, he has the Stunfisk, but I'm fine Volt Switching even if he brings the Stunfisk. And if he brings like a Terra Ground Okidoki, then we can Toxic it. And then Discharge is to try to get Paras on stuff like the Espeon, on the Ogerpon, on the Baxcalibur, on the Terapagos, just stuff that really doesn't want to deal with it. In mocks, I thought that Thunderous, we also have Volt Absorb so that he can't spam Thunder Wave with the Grimmsnarl. This is one of the main reasons why I really wanted to pick up Thunderous, was that we can heal from electric hits, which our team couldn't do anything about before. In mocks, this thing completely walled the Grimmsnarl. I just literally just came into it every single time, and he couldn't do anything. He set up a screen, I Brick Break. Even if he went into Skeledirge, okay, I Toxic, I Volt Switch, I go into one of our other threats, and he has no answers into it. So Thunderous is going to be essential for this match. Cannot lead lose it early. Most likely going to be a lead because I think he may lead that Grimmsnarl, but also if he leads like the Skeledirge, the Thunderous just outspeeds mostly everything. And if he does lead something like the Ogerpon, we have other threats for it, so I'm really not concerned. Now, next one we are bringing is a Choice Scarf Darmanitan. I actually was Choice banned and realized that Scarf was just so much better. Enough speed to outspeed a max speed Baxcalibur, rest into attack, and HP rare Terra Fire. We are literally just going to be clicking Flare Blitz this week. His only answer into it is a Skeledirge, but we have Earthquake, but still a Terra Fire Flare Blitz does like 40% to a defensive Skeledirge. So yeah, basically, I really don't plan on clicking anything but the Flare Blitz unless it comes down to like a moment. I know in one mock I did click Trick because Terapagos was just going insane, and I knew that he was gonna like Calm Mind one more time, so I got a Trick onto that. But the Flare Blitz just goes insane here. Once that Terapagos' Terra Shell is broken, we absolutely destroy it. Not scared about that Baxcalibur with its thermal. I think it's thermal exchange if it's is the ability, and yeah, I'm just not really afraid about that because we're just gonna kill it with the Flare Blitz. And yeah, that's just. We can get the screens away with the Thunderous and just spam Flare Blitz. And our final one this week is going to be a fully defensive Blastoise this week. We are Terra Fairy. Do not anticipate us terraing Blastoise at all. This is a complete illusion. 100% of the time I'm terraing Darmanitan here, unless there's like a weird scenario. But yeah, I don't even know why I'm Terra Fairy, to be honest. This is just a complete illusion. But yeah, fully physically defensive, running Toxic for stuff like that Skeledirge, Flip Turn Scald for stuff like the Okidoki and the Scizor on a switch in, and yeah, Rocky Helmet for that Scizor, for that Baxcalibur. And yeah, so that is going to be the team for this week. Really excited to try out the Thunderous and the Darmanitan this week. I actually really thought about bringing the Screamtail. It was actually in my original plan, but couldn't fit it in because it wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to. Really wanted it for Wish Pass on the Thunderous, but it just never was working. It felt more like a burden than everything. So yeah, that's gonna be the team for this week, and let's just jump straight into the battle. See you there. Okay, so we are in the battle right now, and brings about what I'm expecting here. Yeah, he doesn't. I knew he'd bring one of the Okidoki and the SPM, but not both. Trying to think what he didn't bring real quick, but I'm just going through my head. I actually can pull up the preview again. Oh, he doesn't bring the Ogerpon. Okay, doesn't bring the Ogerpon, which is good to know. And yeah, he brings the Skeledirge, he brings the back. So I think this is about what I expect. So good to know. I mean, I feel like Thunderous is a really safe lead on my end. Yeah, because he doesn't have anything that can... God, this team is slow. If he leads Baxcalibur, I'll just switch into Blastoise. So yeah, we're going to leave with the Thunderous. Good luck. He leaves with the Grimmsnarl. Perfect. This is exactly what this is here for. I'm going to go for Toxic, and then immediately I'm going to go for Brick Break. The whole point of this Thunderous set is to counter this Grimmsnarl. So... we do Toxic, we will Brick Break now on the screens, and he's probably a little bamboozled at the moment. I think we can easily just go for Volt Switch, because I think he's going to go into his Skeledirge. He does Parting Shot. We Volt Switch. This just completely destroying this set. I feel like I should go into Blastoise and switch right back into... I should have just discharged. Maybe not my best play, but we will just go back into the Thunderous. But the whole point of this Thunderous set is just to completely destroy the Grimmsnarl. So yeah, we're going to go back into the Thunderous. He goes into a Scizor. That is completely fine by me. I feel like I should discharge here just because a pair is kind of nice, but I think I will just Volt Switch and go into the Blastoise. That is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean, this set is not something that I would have expected, to be honest. I don't think anyone really expects a Thunderous to be that set. U-turn does 29%. Would love to see if that's adamant, but he goes into his Terapagos, and I think, honestly, I'm just going to Toxic. He may go for Terra Starstorm. He goes for Calm Mind. It's fine. I'm going to go for Toxic, and then... yeah, I mean, does this kill, actually? This may just kill. Terrapagos. And I don't know why everything on the calc is +1. He would kill me if he's max modest, which is very possible. I think it's fair just to go into Celesteela. I really don't want to risk this. He does Terra Starstorm. Let's see what kind of set this is. A little bit worried. But it didn't seem like it did that much, and we're not super specially defensive. So it did 34. It's looking like modest. It's looking modest. Or like really high roll. It could be a really high roll timid. So I'm not 100% sure. Would like to go for Leech Seed here. Feels pretty safe. He does go for another Calm Mind. Oh, Leech Seed misses. All right, not the best, but I mean, he is getting whittled down. So he does Thunderbolt. Oh wow, okay. So that's not the greatest, but I feel pretty safe going into Lot Bunny and just clicking Close Combat here. I mean, I can really go into anything. I don't really want to reveal that I am Scarf yet on Darmanitan. So he could just, I mean, I don't think he's going to go into Okie Dokie here. So we will just Close Combat. I just don't feel like fake outing and then him going into like Scizor and just like getting free damage. Let me see. I want to see the Scizor set real quick. If it's max adamant or what it is. Mega Scizor. U-turn. It's a hyphen. So yeah, we will just knock out the Terrapagos here. Celesteela, I guess I didn't really expect. I expected like Rapid Spin, Calm Mind. I guess maybe Earth Power. I think I expected Earth Power more, but I guess Thunderbolt does make a lot of sense. So yeah, that's on me. U-turn to our Blastoise did how much? 29. I don't feel like it's adamant. It could be. I think it's low roll adamant. Yeah, it's low roll adamant. Good to know. So I would expect him here to go into his Skeledirge or his Okie Dokie. He definitely doesn't go Grimmsnarl. I think he's definitely afraid now of going the Grimmsnarl after Thundurus just bodied it. So yeah, I would expect maybe the Scizor. If the Scizor comes out, I go Blastoise because a Bullet Punch will destroy me. If he goes Grimmsnarl, I go Thundurus. If he goes Okie Dokie or Skeledirge, I U-turn to see if it's Rocky. If he goes into the backs, I think I just CC, but I don't think he ever goes backs here because I don't even think a Banded Ice Shard would kill me. I will calc for that, but I just don't think it does. He goes Okie Dokie. Okay, I will 100% just U-turn here. You'll see what kind of set this is, but U-turn really shouldn't do that much. But I really just need to get in Blastoise. I mean, you probably just Fighting move here. I think actually I'm fine just going Slowking. Wait, what Terra is this? I forgot to check. It's Terra Dark, okay. Yeah, I'll go on the Blastoise. Drain Punch does 31, but he takes Rocky Chip. Oh, he gets the Toxic Chain. That's really bad. I will Scald here. Drain Punch shouldn't kill. We probably outspeed it, to be honest. Actually, no, we definitely don't outspeed it. No, we have no speed. Tripping. Drain Punch does 28. Okay, please get a burn here. Please get a burn here. Please get a burn. No burn. Okay, but we die, which honestly is pretty good because Darmanitan clicks. And yeah, I think I just go into Darmanitan, and I mean Earthquake is kind of free, but he could just Terra and then try to live it, so I will just Flare Blitz. Flare Blitz is super free against this team. He goes into Skeledirge. Yeah, I mean, I could have easily predicted that. 49. That's looking like specially defensive Skeledirge, which is crazy. Terrifier. Yeah, that's That's like a high roll, but that's especially defensive. That's literally no defense investment. So we never kill, but I mean, we do so much damage. I mean, he could just slack off here. I mean, how much does Lot Bunny do? Lot Bunny with a CC kills from this range, most likely. I think I just want to go into Thunderous, though, and just click Toxic. It goes for... What? Wait, this thing gets Earth Power? What? Skeletor doesn't get Earth Power. Does Skeletor get Earth Power? There's no way. Oh my god, Skeletor gets Earth Power. I had no idea. Okay, sure. I didn't mean to start the timer. I think Toxic is pretty obvious here, so I will just go for a Discharge. 41%. Is it just max? I don't know what this set is, but I feel pretty safe just discharging again. I am bamboozled. Okay, sure. Wow, I did not know Skeletor got Earth Power. Okay. I was like, if it's Scorching Sands, one thing. Earth Power, okay, but I mean, that's really, it's kind of, this is a weird set. Is this like max speed? Okay, well, Discharge is going to knock out the Skeletor. That was just a super offensive set. Like, maybe max speed? I have no idea. That was bizarre. We knock it out. I'm pretty sure the backs should be coming in here. So let me check the Slow King versus the Baxcalibur. Glaive Rush, if it's Adamant, does a ton. If he's Jolly, I think we could take 2. Yeah, if he's Jolly, we take 2. He actually goes into Scizor. Interesting. Thunderous versus Scizor. I know he's super offensive. Does a Discharge kill? I mean, I really need this thing, is the issue. So I think I'm just going to go into Slow King. Because even if he knocks off, it's fine. Yeah, he goes for Roost. I feel pretty safe just going for a Flamethrower. I could also Future Sight. Future Sight's really good. I mean, I don't really care about this. I'm going to Future Sight. He goes for a U-turn, 38%. I would assume the Grimmsnarl would come in. Or the Okidoki. And Terra Dark. Yeah, there's the Okidoki. Oh, God, I could have just Psyshocked. I will just Sludge Bomb here. Anticipating the Terra Dark knockoff. We are Colbur. So we do take... God, I could have just Psyshocked. There's Sludge Bomb. So he's gonna 100% knock off again in Terra Dark. So I'm just gonna switch into Lot Bunny. There's no way. Yeah, he goes into... Oh, God. I'm just predicting him to Terra Dark. This whole thing is, like, messing with me. I do not believe a Bullet Punch will kill me. So I will just go for the Fire Punch here. This is definitely a weird game. I can't really get Darmanitan. Darmanitan basically has to come in when something dies. Fire Punch is going to knock him out. Okay, Lot Bunny really putting in the work right now. Okidoki, if we had Return, I'd feel so much more comfortable around this Okidoki, but we don't. There's the Grimmsnarl. Every time I just go into Thunderous. Like, there's just... I do not care. Thunderous is the switch in every time. Yep. And we will Brick Break. Because this Thunderous set just completely walls anything that this Grimmsnarl would ever want to do. There's the Okidoki. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Because we get the Reflect Off, and then we just Discharge. And even if he Terras, I don't think it matters. Because you Discharge, even if he's... Okay, so yeah, he's like... Drain Punch does nothing. 23 is going to be close. Actually, no, we should kill. I just can't lose my Thunderous because of the... Well, I guess the Grimmsnarl doesn't have any health, so I think we're actually fine on that front if we lose the Thunderous, but... yeah, Thunderous really putting in the work, Lot Bunny really putting in the work right now. They both were just going to be super essential to my team, and I just think once once one of my Pokemon dies, I just go into Darmanitan and I spam. There's no way that this final move is a Thunder Wave on the Grimmsnarl, which is super nice. I knew it was either going to be like Screens, Parting Shot, could be Thunder Wave, but Discharge really, really good here. I think he would just go into backs, but I don't want to overpredict, and he doesn't. So Thundurus picking up another KO here. Love to see. I think Lopunny, does Lopunny have 2? And I think Lopunny has 2 and Thundurus has 2. Grimmsnarl comes in. We will Brick Break because yeah, he could easily just set up a screen, and I just don't want to deal with that. I don't care if he knocks us out here. The whole point of this right now is, yep, he goes to Reflect, Brick Break knocks him out, and we die to the, so do I want to get Darmanitan the kill, or do I want to get Lopunny the kill? That is the question. Darmanitan, I mean, I know for sure we outspeed with Darmanitan. He could be, I'd rather preserve differential just in case he's like Scarf, but we will click Flare Blitz here, and unless something insane happens, this should be a 3-0 victory on our front. So just waiting for this final move, but yeah, just in case he was like Scarf Glaive Rush, I just didn't really want to lose differential by chance. So that is why the Darmanitan and Flare Blitz will knock out this Excalibur, a 3-0 victory. GG's to Hui. Yeah, fantastic. Thundurus like completely walls. This Thundurus set completely walled the Grimmsnarl on every single front, and I knew that from the team reviews. Good sport here by Hui, but yeah, I just knew that Thundurus set just went crazy against that Grimmsnarl, and that it completely locked it up. So GG's, and yeah, we're gonna be 2-1 with what are we? +5 differential, so pretty good start to the season. Lopunny put it in work. Slowking really didn't do anything, but I think if I just got some predictions right, it would have done more. But yeah, Darmanitan also getting its debut. Thundurus getting its debut. Thundurus did exactly what I wanted to in its debut. So GG's, and yeah, I will see you all in the next week for week 4. Peace out, everybody.